And we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by General Manager Mark Carvalho this evening as the Newton Rebels will take on the Mulvane Patriots in Mulvane, Kansas. This is the fourth game of the series. So far, the Newton Rebels have won 2 games out of the series as they won an exciting ball game last night by the score of 11-10 in the bottom half of the 10th inning.
Man, that was an exciting game, and the Rebels needed that. They needed that game, and they needed this game right here because what we talked about yesterday, Frank, and a couple of days before was that they got to start, sweeping or whatever, winning the series, and that's going to help them if they're going to make a run for the playoffs.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a look at the standings right now. So far this year, the Cheney Diamond Dogs are 16-0 in league play, 20-0 overall. Hutchinson is 11-4, and they are followed by the Rose Hill Sluggers, who are all 10-4. The Great Bend Batcats are 10-8. Then the Mulvane Patriots are 8-11, and the Newton Rebels are 6-9. They are followed by the Derby Twins, who are 7-11. Hayesville Aviators are 3-10, and the Sunflower Seeds are 2-16. So that's the standings so far this season.
Well, and the big thing is after this game, I mean, we hate to look ahead, Frank. We always talk, but we got to get this game. Guess who they play? The Rose Hill Sluggers. So I mean, that's a series. And then after that, Cheney. So they have to play their best ball of the season so far.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about like last night, they went down 7-2, a lot of pass balls, a lot of wild pitches that just gave them runs, and the Rebels were able to overturn that in the late and were able to come back and tie the ball game as they were down by 1 run in that ninth inning, and then they were down by 1 run in the 10th inning and scored a double into left center field, and Brotman hit that double with runners at first and second, and ended up scoring both those guys to win the ball game 11-10. So a great job there by the Newton Rebels, but the main thing is they need to make sure that they don't give those runs early.
No, you got to if they earn them. If Mulvane can earn them, but you're right. I mean, how many pass balls? How many the wild pitches with a runner on third base, and it's just play basic, clean baseball, and it'd be amazing how easy those wins will be. A lot easier.
So you're right. We're going to go with the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Newton Rebels, they are the visiting team. Leading off and playing second base will be number 2, Jack Sigris. Batting second, the center fielder will be number 14, Sam Cassane. Batting third and playing first base, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. Batting fourth and DH, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventre. Batting fifth and playing third base will be number 55, Nolan Riley. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Batting seventh and catching will be number 4, A.J. Parcero. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 9, Eric Garza. Batting ninth and playing left field will be number 5, Aaron Eshelman. And pitching for the Newton Rebels this evening will be number 30, Ricky Hawkhead. We're about ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back, and we'll give you the starting lineup for the Mulvane Patriots.
Please rise and remove your hats as we pay honor to the country and our flag by the singing of our national anthem. Please stream and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet tonight's look at the gate sponsor.
And once again, we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we are in Mulvane, Kansas. Newton Rebels will be taking on the Mulvane Patriots. Here's the starting lineup for the Mulvane Patriots. Leading off and playing center field will be number 15, Tyler Push. Batting second, the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins. Batting third and catching will be number 10, Kobe Stannard. Batting fourth and playing third base will be number 22, Hilton Brown. Batting fifth and playing left field will be number 25, Jackson Searing. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 19, Easton Parrish. Batting seventh and playing shortstop will be number 9, Kobe DeVille. Batting eighth and DHing will be number 6, Matt Abshire. Batting ninth and playing right field will be number 11, Bryce Zimmerer. And pitching for the Mulvane Patriots will be number 27, Brandon Haggerty. Before we get started, we'd like to thank all our sponsors. We have Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Ken Hall, Duty Work, Conrad Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connections, Store and Stuff, and U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash on Pinner, Pate and Paul Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, Tim Muller and Family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Rolfs, DDS, John and Lori Odom, they are player parents, and we have the Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Loco, and Ray Roofing. Also like to thank our host families, Connie Miller, Joe Petlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman, and Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Considine,
yeah.
and Zach Bravo, the player, who are also host families. And my understanding is we also have a sponsor for tonight. Do you happen to know who that is?
No.
I do. I'll have to look it up here.
I need to know.
Yeah,
so thank them.
I had it here and then lost it on my phone here. So I apologize. I'll get that real quick.
Leading off tonight for the Newton Rebels, the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigrist.
Sigrist been the...
I'd like to thank our sponsor is B&B Lumber, 1601 West 1st Street in Newton, Kansas.
Awesome.
We're ready to play ball. Leading off for the Rebels will be the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigrist.
Yeah, Sigrist, I mean, like yesterday, you know, he was kind of in a little slump for him, but he kind of bounced out of it, had that big hit yesterday, had a couple RBIs, and he's been a very good leadoff hitter. He's been the only leadoff hitter that we've really had, I think.
Count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. They did have one game where they led off with Sam Cassane,
right,
but that was only one game. That one missing high for ball 3, so the count goes now to 3 balls, no strikes. And pitching once again for the Patriots, number 27, Brandon Haggerty, having a hard time trying to find the strike zone here. And I forgot to click you over to the ball game. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. Now you can enjoy the ball game. You don't want to see us.
Yes.
Okay, count goes 3 balls, 1 strike now to Jack Sigrist. Lead off batter. And ball 4 to Sigrist, so he'll be reaching on the base on balls. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane.
Yeah, I know Cassane's kind of struggling. It seems like he's making better contact lately. He's one of the guys that we picked up late, probably 2 weeks now. And he's still getting strokes, but it looks like he's been hitting the ball pretty hard now. So hopefully we can get this going here.
Cassane comes in batting .233. He's appeared in 9 ball games. He's been up 30 times, has 7 hits, and he lays down a bunt there. Haggerty will have to go to first base as we have a sacrifice by Cassane. Sigurd goes to second base on that sacrifice. So a 1-3 put out for the first out. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
And Coach Clark was talking about one thing that he did not like is guys kind of, I don't know, call it hero ball, whatever, maybe doing some individual things. But right there it shows, they're going to be a team. They had to talk. And they had a talk where they were saying, hey, we got to depend on the other guy, give it to the next guy, set it up to the next guy, believe in each other. Right there, it shows right there now. You got the runner in scoring position, and you got 2 pretty good hitters up.
Andrews comes in batting .338 for the ball game for the season. That ball hit to the second baseman. Goes Hawkins. Goes to first Parrish for out number 2. Sigris moves over to third base on the play. So a 4-3 put out for the second out. That will bring up the designated hitter number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
You know, and I was impressed with Enzo with that walk. You know, that ninth inning yesterday led off. Which helped us.
Ball gets away. Oh, looks like it didn't hit it. I thought it had hit the catcher's shin guard, but it hit Bonventry. So Bonventry will be on at first base as a batsman. So Sigris stays at third base. That's going to bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley.
And he definitely showed what he could do yesterday. I mean, he had the double and two doubles yesterday. And 4 RBIs. So
Riley comes in batting .400 as he's appeared in 4 ball games. That ball does get away, and a run's going to score from third base as Sigris crosses home plate. Bonventry moves over to second base.
Ball went to the
dugout. He should be getting third base here, but there goes umpire. And then he goes to third base on that. The ball got away from the catcher, Standard, and it hit hard enough to where it went into the dugout. Bonventry was already standing on second base when it went into the dugout, so he will be at third base. With 2 down here in the top half of the first inning.
That's kind of what I thought. I thought because he only got 1 base, even though he was going to second, whenever like a ball hits the plate and goes over or does something in the dugout, you only get one.
Okay. So Bonventry goes back to second base now. 1 run has scored here in the top half of the first inning as Sigris scores on that pass ball. Actually, it might be a wild pitch because that was in the ground.
Yeah, it might have been.
Here's pitch call strike to Riley.
You know, Hagerty's had pretty good stats.
Count should be 1-1 now because that first pitch, he was up there. So the count should be 1 ball, 1 strike. And here is Hagerty's pitch. That one missing high for ball 2.
Yeah, he's missing his location right now. I mean, that's where the Rebels benefit on it.
So runner on at second base here in the top half of the first inning. 1-0 score. Favor of the Newton Rebels. There's a hard hit ball to the right-hand side. The right fielder, Zimmer, is coming in, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3. So fly out to the right fielder for the third out. But the Rebels will score 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning play, it is the Rebels 1 and the Mulvane Patriots coming to bat. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels. Defensively for the Rebels, at first base will be number 21, Andrews. Second baseman, number 2, Chigris. At short, number 1, Brotman. Third baseman will be number 55, Riley. Left fielder, number 5, Eshelman. Center fielder will be number 14, Kassane. Right fielder will be number 9, Garza. Catching number 4, Parcell. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 30, Ricky Hockett. And leading off bottom half of the first inning for the Mulvane Patriots, the center fielder, number 15, Tyler Push.
And Push had 3 hits yesterday and a walk. He's been pretty consistent in the series, the first 3 games. Getting good hits, making some good defensive plays also.
Push comes in batting .307 as he's appeared in 19 ball games. Been up about 75 times, has 23 hits. And that ball hits the right side where Sigris, Andrews, and Garza chase after it, but not able to get to it.
Garza went a long ways for that because he's kind of playing right there. Typical, right center. I mean, right there, kind of towards the right center gap.
Yeah, because the wind's blowing from first base out to left field. And pretty good because you could probably hear the wind in our microphones. As we're set up right behind home plate here this evening. They did ask us to be up in the press box, but when I got here, it was awful hot in that press box with no AC. At least here we got a little bit of a breeze. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Now that one breaking ball, missing high for ball 2. 2-1 now to Tyler Push.
So Push, he likes stealing bases. I mean, he's fast, quick out for center fielder. So the thing is, as a leadoff, he's trying to get on base.
As we are in the bottom half of the first inning, 1-0 in favor of your Rebels. If you just now join us, once again, we'd like to thank our game sponsor, B&D Lumber, 1601 West First Street in Newton, Kansas, and all our sponsors here this year. Here's the pitch. That one missing high for ball 4. So Push will be on at first base on a walk. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins.
And I expect Mulvane to be aggressive. Like I said, they like to steal bases. They've been stealing double steals on the Rebels. And the coach here, he's a very aggressive young man that he's definitely got these guys playing at a pretty good level right now.
Hawkins comes in batting. 348, and he's appeared in 18 ball games. He's been up about 69 times. That was fouled off by Hawkins. And he has 24 hits, has scored 19 runs, and has 8 RBIs.
Hawkins, I mean, he's kind of guy that, he's pesky. I mean, he had 2 walks yesterday, hit by pitch, lean off that 10th inning.
Count is no ball, 1 strike, and here's Hawkins to the pitch. That one's fouled off by Hawkins. So we have Ricky Hockett pitching, and Brett Hawkins batting.
Hawkins.
No balls, 2 strikes now to Hawkins.
I'll say Hawkins, he's definitely a good athlete, playing outfield and pitcher.
Runner on at first base there. Not going to go. Looks like he took about 5 steps and then stopped.
That's not bad, especially in that county.
So Hockett misses high for ball 1. So the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Throw over the first base, almost blitzing, as Push was swinging towards second base. Quite not paying attention there, and he almost got caught. Hard hit ball into right field. Garza backing up. Going to get under, makes the catch for out number 1. Hard hit ball there by Hawkins, but Garza was able to get under for the first out.
I liked how he dropped, stepped back, went to the fence there, and then came around the ball, which that's what you're supposed to do. And he played the win with it, so good catch by Garza.
Going to bring up the catcher number 10, Kobe Standard. Standard comes in batting .309 here for the season, as he's appeared in 15 ball games. He's been up about 55 times, has 17 hits, scored 9 runs, and has 6 RBIs.
Yeah,
there goes Push, and a throw down to second base, not going to be in time. as Bush gets a stolen base, and now we'll be standing at second base with one down here in the bottom half of the first. 1-0 is the score in favor of your Newton Rebels.
The one thing these teams have shown, they can score runs. They can score runs, man.
Well, like I say, the Rebels went down 7-2 yesterday before they came back. That hard hit ball into left center field. Kassane backing up, making the catch, and a nice throw there to third base for out number 2. Strong arm there by Sam Kassane.
And you notice the outfielders are definitely playing back a little further now with that wind, right across.
South wind. Almost going from right field to left field. I just now noticed the flag kind of changed a little bit. It was going from first base to left field. Now it's kind of like the right field line to the left field line.
You can't give up on any foul ball that's to the right either because they can come back into play.
So now it brings up the designated third baseman, number 22, Hilton Brown. And there's Hockett's first pitch, ball one.
Yeah, Brown had a tough day yesterday. He was 0 for 5, and then he got hit that last inning. So we had back-to-back hit batters yesterday, but we endured.
So 1 ball, no strike now. That one missing high by Hockett. Count goes 2 balls, no strike now to Hilton Brown. He's playing third base this inning. Brown comes in batting .254 to appear in 17 ball games, has been up to bat 59 times, has 15 hits and scored 9 runs, and he has a total of 19 RBIs.
He's played some pretty solid defense too, so he's a good round player, so you don't want to get his back going again, because, like I said, keep him at 0 for 5.
3-0 now to count to Hilton Brown, and Hockett definitely first base open, may not give him anything good there. It's a hard hit ball into left center field. That's going to be back. Going back is Kassane, not going to be in. That is a home run by Hilton Brown. And now that takes the score to 2-1 in favor of Mulvane. And you could tell that one was right down the middle.
It was right down the middle, but it was up too. And you just get it up in that airstream crank. It's just going to carry you. You see both the left fielder and the right fielder, center fielder and left fielder, both go. They just ran out of room.
That was definitely a mistake there by Ricky Hockett as he left that one up. And especially with a 3-0 count, you would want the base of the batter to go chase him. Hit the corners, but he kept that one high, and Brown was able to put it over the fence. So the score now 2-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. We'll bring up the left fielder, number 25, Jackson Searing. That call strike one. Second pitch, so I think the count is
1-1.
Well, I'm not sure. We do welcome the Mulvane Patriot fans that are watching. That one check swing, and umpire says did not go, so I believe the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Even though the scoreboard says differently. That one hit hard in over the shortstop's head. That's going to be in for a base hit. Coming up is Eshelman, throwing the ball to second base. So that is the second hit of the ball game.
And Eshelman's doing a great job getting hustling and getting the ball in quick. Make sure we've seen quite a few hustle doubles this season.
That's going to bring up the first baseman of 19, Easton Parrish. Left-handed batter against the right-handed thrower. That one hit into left field. That's going to be way back. That's going to be gone. Yes, it is off the pole. So that's another home run by the Mulvane Patriots. As that hit off the light pole, and now takes the score to 4-1.
Yeah, and right now, Frank, they're sitting on his fastball, and he's not locating it down. And once you get it up, that's what's going to happen. And like I said, it's still a long ways to go in this game, but it's not the start that the Rebels wanted right now.
Well, they got the start that they wanted, but not the start defensively.
Yeah.
So that's going to take the score 4-1, and now it's going to bring up the shortstop number 9, Kobe DeVille. That pitch is in there for call strike one. Even that strike was up in the...
And DeVille had 3 hits yesterday in the game at X Stadium.
That one missing low for ball one. The count will go down to 1 ball, 1 strike. DeVille comes in batting 233. He's appeared in 19 ball games. He's been up about 60 times. Has 14 hits and has scored 12 runs. So the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's Hawkins pitch that one hit hard to the fifth area along the third base side. So Hawkins now goes up 1 ball, 2 strikes to DeVille. Skinner now showing up 2 home runs here by the Patriots with runners on. Have taken the score to 4-1 as the Rebels scored 1 run on top of the first. There's the breaking ball that I was wanting to see outside. That one missing though, but that would have been a great pitch to throw to Brown. So the count goes full now at 3-2. And here's the pitch. Now the fastball missing high, so DeVille will be on at first base with a walk, and that is the second walk given up by Hockett here in this inning. Now they're saying count is 2-2. All right, nobody thought that, did they? No. So I guess DeVille's going to come back and 3-2 now. Yeah, full count. They had 3-2 up on the scoreboard. That's what I was going by. Also, so DeVille comes back to home plate. Where it is a full count. And here's Hawkins' pitch. Breaking ball missing high for ball 4. So now DeVille will go on to first base on a base on balls. And bring up the designated hitter number 6, Matt Abshire.
That brings up the designated hitter number 6, Matt Abshire.
Abshire had 2 hits yesterday. The catcher was 2 for 5.
Abshire comes in batting 343 for the season. He's appeared in 10 ball games. That ball lifted into center field. Center fielder Singh coming in, making the catch for out number 3.
My prediction, Frank, the outfield's going to get a lot of action today, both sides. The ball's just flying out there. If you just listen and get under it, it's going to keep going. And it's a short field. It's not as big a field as a Newton, or definitely not at X Stadium.
So for the Mulvane Patriots, bottom half of the first inning, they scored 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1 inning play, it is the Mulvane Patriots 4 and the Newton Rebels 1, and we'll be right back. And we're welcome back to Newton Rebels baseball. We've tried to adjust some things here for volume or sound. We're hoping that took care of it. Leading off the top half of the second inning for the Newton Rebels is shortstop number 1, Andrew Brutman. The score is 4-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots as they scored 4 runs in the bottom half of the first, and the Rebels scored 1 in the top half of the first. Andrew Brutman got that big double hit for the Rebels yesterday. A big hit. I mean, it was strike away, and a big hit right there. And I'll tell you, he had 2 hits. He's working. Like I said, he had a walk yesterday, so he's being more selective. Brutman comes in batting .288 as he's appeared in 18 ball games. Has been up about 73 times. Has 21 hits and has scored 13 runs. 2 balls, no strikes now to Brutman. And you got to look at Haggerty. He had a tough first inning. I mean, we only scored 1 run there, the Rebels. But the thing is, he threw a lot of pitches. He's still trying to get his location going. And we're getting somebody's saying that we're getting a double feedback. Let me go do something here. Check test 1, 2, 3.
Four straight pitches. 4 balls.
That's strange. When we go to the announcers, it sounds perfect, but when we go to the field, it's showing that it's echoing.
See, I understand that you had 4 straight balls right there, and then you swing the first pitch. I'm trying to get this. Okay.
Return that Carson Insurance foul ball to Kathy. It's worth a quarter.
All right, we're going to try something here. Let's see how this sounds. Parcero grounds out to the third baseman. There's a force out at second base. Check test 1, 2, 3. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. Frank Martinez, joined along by General Manager Mark Kervala. Top out the second inning for the Newton Rebels. Brotman reached on the base on balls, was forced out at second base as Parcero grounded to the third baseman. And then Garza, and then he got caught stealing. Then Garza flew out to center field for the third out. So they have no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And that brings us to the bottom half of the second inning.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 11, Bryce Zimmer.
Robin giving us the thumbs up, so we're good.
We're good now. I can hear it. I know exactly what it was, too.
You figured it out. I'll tell you, it's all about troubleshooting, Frank.
Yeah. Well, we apologize about the audio. I hope we got it all corrected now. So we're at the bottom half of the second inning. The score 4-1 is the score in favor of the Mulvane Patriots as they hit 2 home runs with runners on base. That one fouled off by Zimmer.
We got to make sure Hockett made some adjustments right there, talking to the pitching coaches and saying, hey, we got to keep that ball down.
That one missing high for ball 1, so the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. That one also fouled off by Zimmer.
Hockett has a good arm. I mean, he throws that fastball. I mean, it's I'd say upper 80s right there. And
Mover, there we go. Smooth these up just a little bit. There you go. Now I can hear it.
Yeah, he definitely, he has a good fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Zimmer. And here's Hockett's pitch. That one missing low and inside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Once again, if you're just now joining us, it is 4-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots here in the bottom half of the second inning. Their ball hit to the shortstop. Brotman waiting on it, and here comes the throw. It's going to be in time. A nice play there by Brotman. He kind of thought that he was going to get it on the short hop, so he kind of just waited on it for it to take a bigger hop, and that went right to him. Of course, he had to wait on it.
Yeah,
but he had enough strong enough arm where he
had a strong arm. The thing is, you're always kind of scared a little because when an infielder gets on his heels a little like that, but he has a strong arm, and he overcame that, and great throw.
It's going to bring up for the Patriots the center fielder number 15, Tyler Push. Push walked the first time up, stole the base, and scored a run. That one hit into the second baseman. Looks like Segers will get under it, makes the catch for out number 2.
Segers one of those guys, a lot of confidence in him. If you see a pop up there or a ground ball, you go, hey, all right, it's going to be an out. He's done a great job.
Definitely did a good job, so that will bring up the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins. Hawkins flew out to right field his first time up. Matter of fact, it was a deep fly ball, I believe.
And Hawkins reminds me of the prototypical guy, especially in college. The toughest position I had to find was a number 2 hole because it has to be a guy that can get on base.
That one fouled off by Hawkins. So the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes.
And if your leadoff guy gets on steal and be able to take a pitch or swing through it or be able to bunt, be able to execute, and he seems like that kind of player.
So no balls, 2 strikes now to Hawkins. And here's the pitch. That one missing low into the ground. Nice job there by Parcero. Keep it in front of him. So the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. A.J. Parcero, the catch in here tonight. There's a swing and a miss there by Brett Hawkins. He goes down swinging for out number 3. And that is the first strikeout recorded by Ricky Hawkett. Bottom half of the second inning for the Mulvane Patriots. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, Mulvane Patriots 4 and the Newton Rebels 1. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the third inning. The score, the Mulvane Patriots 4 and the Newton Rebels 1. Leading off for the Newton Rebels in the top half of the third will be the left fielder, number 5, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman did not play in yesterday's game.
No, he did not play.
Eshelman batting .200 as he's appeared in 10 ball games. Has been up to about 20 times, has 4 hits, and has scored 4 runs. First pitch to Eshelman is a call, strike 1. Haggerty in his third inning to work that one. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Kind of fooled there, Eshelman. Kind of got caught on his heels there a little bit.
In his second inning, and both pitchers got back to what they do. They both had a rough first inning.
So no balls, 2 strikes, and here's another breaking ball. Swing and a miss there by Eshelman as he goes down swinging for out number 1. And that is the first strikeout recorded by Haggerty.
I was going to say Haggerty has that roundhouse curve, and it's something Eshelman needs to keep that shoulder, try to go, just like a righty has to go the opposite way. He needs to go to left field with that. Just go with it.
It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigris. Sigris reached on the base on balls and ended up being sacrificed over to second base by Cassane. So he laid down a perfect bunt on first base side. Then went to third base on Andrews' 4-3 put out. The ball was hit to second base. Then came home on a wild pitch to score Newton Rebels a run. That one called strike 1. So the count will now go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I don't know about you, sitting in this shade now.
It's nice, yeah.
I was here at 4:45, and it was hot, setting all this stuff up, but the breeze sure does feel good. A hard hit ball there by Sigris. Moving over to make the catch here was center fielder. Push as he moved to his right and made the catch for out number 2. So that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane.
14, Sam Cassane.
Cassane sacrificed as he laid down a perfect bunt to move Sigris over to second base in the first inning. 2 outs here in the top half of the third. That one missing inside for ball 1.
You know, and sometimes you look at a coach and they go, okay, you got a lefty pitcher. You might not want to have so many lefties in the lineup. But Coach Clark's got a lot of confidence in his guys that they can hit right or left-handed pitching, his lefties.
That one called strike. It looked a little high to me, but that umpire's closer than I am.
Yeah. We're pretty close, though.
Yeah,
we got a good view.
Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Cassane. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls as that one's fouled off to the first base side.
Yeah, it's tough because lefties, like I said, it's always been tough because it's lefty on lefty. You have that curve, and they have a tendency to want to step out of the box and, and all that. But the thing is, just stay in there, and if it's hanging, yeah, you hit it. But if it's, you just got to go with it. Just got to go take it maybe to the left side.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Cassane. Here's the pitch. That one called strike 3 as he says he hit that inside corner. So that is the second strikeout recorded there by Brandon Haggerty here this inning and in the ball game. Top third inning for the Rebels. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5, it's the Patriots 4 and the Rebels 1. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. The score 4-1 in favor of the Patriots. Carly, earlier I said we welcome the Mulvane Patriots. The Mulvane Patriots normally broadcast their games, and they weren't able to tonight, so they send them over to our channel. So they're joining in, so we hope that you do enjoy the telecast now that we have everything working.
Hello to all the Patriot fans, like I said, class organization, and happy to have you with us.
So we welcome you, and also we welcome all the Rebel fans out there cheering on your Rebels. Count goes to 1 strike now to Kobe Standard. He flew out to center field in the first inning as he made the second out. Here's Hockett's pitch. A swing and a miss there by Standard, and the count goes to 1 strikes.
It's like he took something off like a changeup right there. I mean, and if you got to realize, I don't care if it's majors, whatever, the toughest inning for a starting pitcher is that first inning.
Breaking ball. Whoa, that one was not called, so the count goes to 2 strikes. Thought that was the same pitch that we had last inning. But that's the way it works. All right, count 2-2. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball hit right up the middle. Sigris moves to his right, not able to get to it, so it's a base hit there by Kobe Standard as he records his first hit of the ball game. And we'll bring up the third baseman, number 22, Hilton Brown. Brown hit that home run in the first inning with push on at second base.
You know, after going 0 for 5 yesterday at X Stadium, then he comes up. Like, that's baseball. You know, it's
only 315 down the lines, 375 in center field.
And it's probably about 340, something like that in that right center.
There's a breaking ball, and that was hung up on. Nice job there by Hilton Brown as he kept his hands back and just drilled it to right between third base and the shortstop. So he records his second hit of the ball game, and that will bring up the left fielder, number 25, Jackson Searing. So now we have runners on at first and second with no out here in the bottom half of the third inning. 4-1 is the score in favor of the Patriots.
That's one thing that the Rebels that they have trouble with, the pitch, and letting that leadoff guy on something. And like yesterday, it was like 4 times yesterday the first and second hitter got on.
Squaring around the punt is Searing, and that one calls strike 1. So the count is no balls, 1 strike now to Jackson Searing. Playing left fielder here tonight for the Patriots. And here's squared around once again, and he pulls it back. That one hitting the outside corner. So nice pitch there by Ricky Hockett as he now takes the count to no balls and 2 strikes.
And Frank, you're fine with fire. If you're sitting there, you're letting the first 2 guys of the inning get on consistently quite a bit with no outs.
That's right there. No. Parcell throws the ball down to second base as the base runner was halfway there, and he should have hung on to that ball because as soon as he threw to second base, the base runner took off the third base and there was no play anywhere.
Yeah, but Cyril's got to know. I mean, anytime you do something like that, just hold on, or you could do. I mean, he has to get rid of it real quick if he's going to do that.
Well, he should have let the runner back and then thrown down. That one hits the right-hand side. It's going to be foul. I mean, he had him hung up in between.
But you have to react quick. You know,
and as soon as he saw Parcell throwing from home plate to second base, the base runner said, well, I might as well go all the way to third now, so he did. Breaking ball is hit to the shortstop. Brotman goes to Searing for the force out, and then they put out at first base, but another run scores as Standard comes in from third base. So a 6-4, 6-4-3 put out for the second out. And a score runs makes it 5-1 now in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. It's going to bring up the first baseman, number 19, Easton Parrish.
Yeah, Parrish he was 0 for 5 yesterday, but he still scored a run, and he actually had the intentional walk in that 10th inning.
First pitch missing low for ball 1. Now here comes the second pitch missing also. So 2-0 now the count now to Easton Parrish. That one fouled off by Parrish. Will take the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike.
First baseman, number 19.
And it looks like Hockett he's made some adjustments right now. It doesn't seem like he's trying to overthrow right now. He's letting his movement. He seems to be in a better rhythm, if you notice, Frank.
And here's Hockett's pitch. That one on the outside corner, hit to the right-hand side. That is going to be foul. And that one hits clear out in the street as the ball
truck
goes by.
the ball always sails out here with that south wind. So I mean, you just get it up that airstream, and that, to me that's just a little fly ball type thing. Foul ball, of course. But yeah, that was all the way over into the street.
Well, that's got to be at least 400 feet out there to the main street.
And he didn't even have a full swing. I mean, so
the count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Parrish. That one hit to the left fielder. He's backing up once again and not going to be able to get to it since it's off the wall. Nice job there by left fielder Eshelman, as he was able to hustle that down and throw it in before Parrish and kept Parrish on at first base.
That's one thing I do like about Etchelman. He'll hustle. I mean, he plays hard, he plays the game right, and he held to a single, which is usually a double right there.
Oh, yeah. Anytime he goes off the fence like that, it's usually going to be a double. So, nice job by Eshelman at left field. Brings up the shortstop, number 9, Kobe DeVille. DeVille walked his first time up. There's a breaking ball in there for call strike 1. Breaking ball staying up a little bit.
Yeah, that's one thing I was just thinking about. I said, hey, it's good you're getting a break ball, but you got to get it down there. Get down by the knees.
Especially in this wind today. Parrish gets the lead at first. There's another hit ball into left center field.
Again, the outfield will be busy.
They will be busy. That was center fielder Cassane making the catch for out number 3. So the bottom half of the third inning for the Mulvane Patriots, they score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 3 innings of play, it is the Mulvane Patriots 5 and the Newton Rebels 1, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by General Manager Mark Carvalho, as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Score 5-1 is the score in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. Leading off with the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. That one fouled off by Andrews, and that will take the count now to no balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, Frank, I got a question for you. I needed a chair, and they brought me a chair. It's a rocking chair. So they're trying to tell me something.
Well, I thought you were a lot older than I am, but I may be
rocking
wrong.
chair.
Maybe I'm the one that should have that. And there's a swing and a miss there by Andrews as he goes down swinging for out number 1. That is the 3rd strikeout recorded by Brandon Haggerty. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
And Haggerty's definitely been tough on our lefty hitters right there. And that big breaking ball. And then, he throws in the fastball and locates it.
Bonventry got hit by a pitch the last time. That one missing the outside corner for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Bonventry.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to keep pitching his game, and it's going to be up to our Rebel hitters to make some adjustments.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. I noticed this year the Bonventry's been getting a lot of breaking balls.
Oh, yeah, that's away. Like I said, it's 3rd year in the league. They kind of know, but he's also been a different player every year, too.
Bonventry is batting .320. There's a fastball missing high for ball 2, so the count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. He comes in batting .320 as he's 17 for 53, and he has a total of 5 home runs. And last time we were here in Mulvane, I thought he should have had one other one there because he hit one right down the line and was called foul.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, from our angle, and I talked to some of the people that were here, and they thought it was fair, and went, because it's, where it went around that pole, Of course, we don't have a longer pole like a major league type here at Mulvane.
That breaking ball bounce hit to the second baseman. Second base moves to his right. That's Hawkins. Over to first base. Ferris, and a 4-3 put out for the second out.
I was going to get back to Enzo real quick. Mary hit that one off the wall yesterday at X Stadium, right center, and he can go that way, and the ball will carry.
It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley. With 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning, there's another breaking ball in there for strike 1. Well, one thing I learned a long time ago with breaking balls, you've got to make sure you keep your hands back.
Yep.
That way you're waiting on it. He hadn't thrown very many fastballs. There is a fastball, hard hit ball to the shortstop on one hop. Hit it hard. Shortstop DeVille comes over to first for out number 3. So a 6-3 put out for the third out. And the top half of the 4th inning for the Rebels. They score no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, it is the Patriots 5 and the Rebels 1, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. The score 5-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots over your Newton Rebels. Leading off for the Patriots, that is, designated hitter number 6, Matt Abshire. Abshire flew out to the center fielder. There's a pop-up to the right-hand side. Andrews moves to his left, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Abshire's not too happy on that, because it's one of those. I wish he could do a do-over. I was just looking at him; he's nodding his head, but pop up right to Lincoln. Andrews. I mean, being aggressive.
It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 11, Bryce Zimmer. Zimmer grounded out to the shortstop. His first time up at the plate at second inning, as he started off that inning and made the first out. So. First pitch in there to Zimmer is called strike 1 by Ricky Huckett as he's in his 4th inning of work now here for the Newton Rebels. That one missing low for ball 1. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And we don't have the pitch count just like we do at our field out here. So it's kind of interesting because this is Ricky's, second start, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now it's going to be interesting to see how far he can go.
And here's Hockett's pitch. That one in there for strike 2, so that takes the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you also have to look at it because, it's a big game. It's a big game for both of them. But
that one hit fouled off there by Zimmer. Well, if the Rebels win, they will sweep the series. I say win the series.
Win the series,
3-1, as they've lost 1 game to the Patriots. That was the second game That one missing inside for ball 2, so that will take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I had a talk with Coach Clark today, and every game, he was talking about is going to be like the 7th game of the World Series. He said he wants to play it that way.
That one missing high for ball 3. So that will take the count to 4 now at 3-2. Hockett won at that pitch back. Here's the throw. Ball hit to the second baseman. Sigris comes in. Is going to have to hustle. Nice job there by Sigris as he picks that up with his glove and just tosses it over there with his glove. A great defensive play there by Jack Sigris.
It's beautiful, beautiful. It's one of those things, you really don't work on those. So, but he's athletic enough that he, like I said, Frank, when a ball's hit that way, I'm pretty confident we're going to get it out.
Well, very athletic play, and like you say, he's got to have a lot of confidence in that. I've tried to do that before and get stuck in my glove. So, great job there by Sigris. It's going to bring up the center fielder number 15, Tyler Push. Push flew out to the second baseman. His last time up. As we have 2 down now here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 5-1 is the score in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. Here's a breaking ball in there for call strike 1. Good pitch there by Ricky Hockett as he now evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I've been very impressed with Push. I think he's very consistent. I like his speed. He's from Fremont, Nebraska, 6'1", 170.
Ball hit into center field, falls in there for a base hit. So Tyler Push records his first hit of the ball game as that was lifted softly into center field.
But if you look at it, Push doesn't overswing. It's just base hit, just gets on base, and then be ready for a steal here. You got to be ready for that.
So with 2 down now, there's a runner on at first base. Brings up the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins. Hawkins struck out his last time at the plate. There's a fastball hit to the second baseman. Going to be right left of Sigris, but Garza comes in quickly to cut it off and kept Push at second base. So back-to-back singles now by Push and Hawkins has put runners on at first and second with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
And as a coach, being a head coach all those years, I always was concerned the third time up in a lineup the opponents see us. Because now, if you look, there's 2 straight hits. They've seen him. They've seen a lot of his pitches and all that, and he's getting his pitch count up there. So it's one thing that the coaches on the Rebels need to monitor. No.
That one lifted into left field, but foul.
Another one in the street.
Yeah, another one in the street, so the count goes.
The Carson Insurance foul ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Kathy for a quarter.
All right, we're hearing a little bit of noise, so we're trying to take care of that problem. There's another hard hit ball into left field. That should be foul, which it is.
It's a good thing. I'm glad nobody's driving by right there.
Another towering Carson Insurance foul ball. Please return that to Kathy.
Yeah, right now Ricky's got to make his best pitch.
And ball 4 goes to Standard.
Yeah, And
So now we're going to have runners on at first, second, and third. Standard will be on at first base on a walk. Hawkins will move to second. And Push will go to third base.
And right now I don't see anybody getting ready in the bullpen. I know Coach Clark, he's gonna have to maybe look into that with Ricky right now having a little trouble locating.
Hockett was ready to throw, and all of a sudden the umpire called timeout. So Hilton Brown, who is homered here in this ball game, he is 2 for 2. That one missing high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count.
He's ready. He has 2 RBIs, and he's in a situation now that he can extend that. And it's tough, just 2 outs Rebels have right now. So
that one fouled off by Hilton Brown. We'll take the count now to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Personal insurance foul ball. Please return that to Kathy for a quarter.
Here's the pitch. That one, breaking ball in there for call strike.
That's the pitch you were talking about earlier, right there.
That's the pitch that was right across there that got called the other way. So now it's Rebels' turn. 2-2 now the count. A breaking ball now. Once again, that's going to be right down the line. That's going to be in for extra bases as Push scores from third. Hawkins comes around from second base and scores. And Standard is now standing at third base with a double from Hilton Brown.
Yeah, right now I think the Rebels are just having trouble stopping. Really stopping. The Mulvane Patriots have been scoring runs. There's no doubt. And I think Coach Clark's expecting his offense to come back in this like they've been doing.
So that takes the score now to 7-1 in favor of Mulvane. There's the ball hit into center field. Kassane backing up, making the catch for out number 3. Well, all that damage was done with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning as the Mulvane Patriots score 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So at the end of 4 innings of play, it is the Patriots 7 and the Newton Rebels 1, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game, joined along by Mark Cavella, our general manager for the Rebels. We go to top out the 5th inning. The score 7-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. And this is the way the scoring has gone so far. The Newton Rebels scored 1 run on no hits and no errors. The Newton Rebels have, and then Mulvane came back and scored 4 runs in the bottom half of the first with 2 home runs and runners on base. Scored another run in the 3rd and scored 2 more runs in the 4th inning to make it 7-1. They have 7 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Newton has 1 run on no hits and no errors. Leading off will be the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brutman. No, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And Brahman, it's a low pitch right there. It's a good pitcher's pitch. He let it go, which I agree with. I mean, hopefully he can get his pitch right in here.
First pitch to Brutman is called strike 1. And Brandon Haggerty still on the mound as he starts his 5th inning of work. That one low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Brutman.
I was going to say it's amazing what Haggerty's done because that first inning, he didn't look like he had, his stuff right there. And then all of a sudden he made the adjustments and he's hitting corners now and his fastball spotting up.
Well, he had a walk and a hit batsman and 1 run scored as he faced 5 batters in that first inning. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Andrew Brutman.
Now he's got in his break. It's pretty big. I mean, he's definitely clear across the plate right there.
And here's Haggerty's pitch. That one called strike 3 as Brutman goes down looking for out number 1. That is the 4th strikeout by Haggerty here in the ball game.
I guarantee
We'll bring up the catcher number 4, A.J. Parcero.
And I guarantee you, Broutman would love to have that pitch again, an inside fastball. It was about pretty much say waist high right there. So
Parcero's up. He had a fielder's choice in the first inning, or Christian's second inning. His first time up, I meant. There's another breaking ball by Haggerty called strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. 7-1 is the score in favor of the Patriots. And here's Haggerty's pitch. A breaking ball once again in there for call strike 2. 0-2 now the count.
Yeah, Haggerty's definitely in a groove right now.
Well, and all he's doing is throwing nothing but breaking balls.
Yeah.
So I would think they would be sitting on something like that.
Well, in that breaking pitch, like we were talking about the lefties going the left. I mean, the righties need to go to right field with it on the outside.
That one missing outside for ball 1. So the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top half of the 5th inning to A.J. Parcero, who's catching this evening for the Rebels.
But I think a lot of the guys are guessing right now. They're just, he's throwing his fastball, like he's showing it.
Another breaking ball. Call strike 3. That hits the outside corner. That is the 2nd strikeout of this inning and the 5th strikeout recorded by Brandon Haggerty.
If you look at the strikeouts right now, for the Rebels,
How about if the right fielder, number 9?
It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 9, Eric Garza. Well, the Rebels have struck out 5 times, and I believe there's only 1 strikeout recorded by Hockett.
Yeah, that's the difference. You put it in play.
Swing and a miss there by Garza as the count goes to no balls, 1 strike.
He challenged Garza last time with a fastball.
Garza flew out to center field his first time at the plate. That was back in the 2nd inning as he made the 3rd out. That one hits Garza. So Garza will be taking first base as a hits batsman. And he'll bring up the left fielder, number 5, Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman struck out his first time at the plate as he got nothing but breaking balls.
How about in left fielder, number 5?
And I'm just telling you, I always used to say, just do the same thing till they show they can hit something different. So it's up to the Rebel hitters. They have to make that adjustment.
And here's Eshelman's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Eshelman.
Yeah, he had that
Haggerty.
fastball. Yeah.
A nice pitch there by Haggerty. So the count is no balls, 1 strike now to Eshelman. That one lifted into center. Shortstop took his eye off of it. And Eshelman will be on at first base on an error there by the shortstop, Kobe DeVille.
Yeah, he definitely just took his eye off of it. That's what we talked about the other day, watch it into your glove. And, you get so many ground balls, you just kind of take nonchalant sometimes. That's kind of what it looked like.
But the smart thing that DeVille did there was he didn't try to rush it and then try to throw to first base and overthrow it and give the Rebels extra bases. So you got to give him credit for that, even though he did get an error. Now batting will be the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigris. Runners on now on at first and second with 2 down. Well, the Patriots scored with did their damage with 2 downs. Let's see if the Rebels can do the same here, as they scored 2 runs the last inning, and there was 2 down. 2-0 now the count to Jack Sigris. Sigris flew out to center field his last time at the plate. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, call strike 1, right across the letters. So the count will now go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, he's like 3 fastballs. I mean,
Garza's on at second base as he was hit by a pitch. Eshelman reached on an error to the shortstop. So there is runners on at first and second. And here's Haggerty's pitch. Fastball in there right across the knees for strike 2. So that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Rebels need to get something going here, Mark, to get back in the ballgame at being down 7-1.
right. Yeah, and I mean, that's what they've been doing. I mean, every time people, probably think, oh, they're out of it, the game's over, they come back.
Count goes full now at 3-2. Runners will be taken off on the pitch as there is 2 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. There goes the runners. That one fouled off by Sigris. So base runners will head back to their bases. And Haggerty reloads.
And seeing back of his mind, and Sigrid's mind right now, I still think you got to sit fastball, but you got to sit there and also protect. It's protect mode.
Well, with the 3-2 count, you definitely are protecting anytime you got 2 strikes on you. Here's the pitch by Haggerty. That one into the ground. That's going to be ball 4 as that ball goes clear back to the fence area and looks like it's out of play.
It's up on the screen, Frank.
Is it up on the screen?
Can you jump up there like Spider-Man and get that maybe? I don't know.
So that one bounced up. So Garza goes to third base. Eshelman goes to second. And Sigris is on with a base hit. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane. Cassane had a sacrifice his first time up and struck out in the 3rd inning.
That's pretty amazing. The ball stayed right in the screen.
The center fielder, number 14.
That's outside my range, Frank, for me to go up there and get it.
Well, the Newton Rebels, like I say, need to score some runs
right
here to get back in the ball game. It's still early, as we are in the 5th inning, but you definitely want to cut that lead down. Here's Haggerty's pitch. That one fouled to the third base side. Third baseman getting under it, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch to him and gets the out, makes him pop up to the third baseman. So for the Newton Rebels, they score no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base. At the end of 4.5, it is the Patriots 7 and the Newton Rebels 1, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Patriots, the First baseman, number 19.
The score is 7-1 in favor of the Patriots. We're going to have a new pitcher now for the Newton Rebels. It is number 33, Kyle Landwehr. Kyle Landwehr is a 6'1", 170-pounder. And we'll give you the numbers for Ricky Hockett. There's a swing and a miss as he faces first baseman number 19, Easton Parrish. So the count is no balls, 1 strike. Hockett ends up going, can you see that?
4 innings. 4 innings and 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. He faced 23 batters.
23 batters, okay.
And the thing about Landwehr, I know a little about this guy. He goes to Friends University. He was a freshman, Cape and Mount Carmel product.
Not sure what the count is here. I got 2 strikes, and they just show nothing up there. So we're going to go with 0-2 now. Yeah. Is the count to Easton Parrish as we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Landwehr's got a tough job to keep this, 7 runs to 6-run cushion right now.
So on deck is DeVille, and in the hole, Abshire for the Mulvane Patriots. Here's the pitch by Landwehr. That one hit hard into center field. So nice hit there by Parrish as he records his 3rd hit of the ball game. A home run with 2 RBIs and then 2 singles. 1 in the 3rd inning and now 1 in the 5th inning.
Shortstop number 9, Colby DeVille.
It's going to bring up the shortstop number 9, Colby DeVille.
Now pitching for the Rebels, number 33, Kyle Landwehr.
And again, the leadoff hitter gets on, and that's tough.
So Landwehr ready to go. That pitch is called strike 1 right across the outside corner to Colby DeVille, who flew out to center field his last time up. Reached on a base on balls his first time in the 1st inning. Was left stranded at first base. Parrish is on with a base hit. There's a breaking ball missing for ball 1. The count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Colby DeVille.
And Landwehr, we've seen before, he has a good breaking pitch. And when he gets it low, he gets that going. It's one of the best, I'd say, breaking pitches on the team right there.
Parrish is the big kid over there at first base. That ball into the ground. Parcero knocks it down, but not able to corral it. And going over to second base is Parrish. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 now the count to DeVille.
Coach Clark has Carson Frazier warming up also in the bullpen there for the Rebels.
Here's the pitch by Landwehr. That one hit to the third baseman and it's a foul. As Nolan Riley moved to his right to get that ball. But it was in foul territory, so the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's Landwehr's pitch. Ball hit to the second baseman. He's able to go to first for out number 1. And moving over to third base is Parrish. So DeVille did his job as he hit the ball to the right-hand side, as all good ball teams usually do.
That's right.
When things are working for them.
And then you leave it to the next guy. Go, hey, leave the next guy picks you up. So anyway, yeah, that's good execution right there. It's called a productive out.
So we have 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th. Runner on at third base. There's a breaking ball by Landwehr. J.J. Parcero is able to knock her down.
That's a good job by Parcero right there, especially with the breaking pitch. That's
now batting is the designated hitter number 6, Matt Abshire. Abshire flew out to the first baseman last time at the plate. There's a nice pitch there by Landwehr that hits the outside corners right across the knees, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 now the count to Abshire And here's the pitch. Fastball missing inside for ball 2.
Yeah, Landwehr right now, he's having trouble locating right there. You know, because we've seen him. I mean, he usually has that fastball located in his curve, and he's having a little trouble with it right now. And that happens. Believe me, it happens.
Count is 2 balls, 1 strike now to Abshire, with Parrish on at third base and 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th. A swing and a miss there by Abshire as the count now goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good pitch there by Landwehr.
Yeah, I like how he could raise the elevation right there. Probably right at the top of the zone right there with that fastball.
So here's Landwehr's pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, and it gets away from A.J. Parcell. A run's going to score from third base as Parrish comes in to score. And moving over to first base is Abshire.
Yeah, especially on a strikeout right there. That's tough.
That's an extra out that we have given him.
Brings up the right fielder.
So that's going to bring
Bryce
up the right fielder, number 11, Bryce Zimmerer. So Abshire reaches first base.
When something like that happens, that's one more hitter to get to the top of the lineup, which is, they're a good lineup.
Swing and a miss there by Zimmerer. And the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. Runner on at first base. The score now is 8-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. Kyle Landwehr ready to... He may be stepping off here. Yeah, they're going to call timeout. So he was taking just a little bit of extra time that time. Wasn't sure if he might be going to first base on that.
Well, and I think the signals. They're looking at the signals, too.
That went into the ground once again, and A.J. Parcell able to corral it as the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike.
And believe me, catchers have the toughest job, Frank. I mean, they got to block everything. They're like your quarterback on the field out there.
Here's the pitch by Landwehr. That one missing high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now to Zimmer as he's up there with 1 down and a runner on at first base. 8-1 is the score. There's a high ball just missing for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. We have Push on deck and Hawkins in the hole, if we get that far. And here's Landwehr's pitch. That one missing high for ball 4. So Abshire will move to second base. Zimmer will move to first base on the base on balls. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 15, Tyler Push.
Brings back around the top of the lineup, the center
We're
fielder.
looking to see how, because right now, Carson Frazier, he's starting to get it going a little more right now, starting to warm up a little more.
Push is 1 for 2 here tonight as he walked in the first inning, flew out to the second baseman in the second, and got a base hit and scored a run in the 4th. Also scored that run in the first inning on that walk and a stolen base.
And you look at Push as a leadoff guy, he's already scored 6 times in 2 games already. We're not even finished with this game. So he's doing his job as a leadoff.
So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Push. And here's Landwehr missing high for ball 2. All those fastballs are awful high, aren't they?
Yeah, he just
not finishing.
No, he's not finishing right now, getting downhill, and it happens, Frank.
So the count is 2 balls, no strikes now to Tyler Push. And here's the pitch. That one, breaking ball. And there goes to third base is Abshire, and he throws it into left field. So a run will score from third base as he got a stolen base and an error. And moving over to second base is Zimmerman.
Yeah, he had him too. I felt like if he made a good strong throw, he would have had him there at third.
An error on the catcher.
Because Abshire kind of had a late jump right there, but I think he would have had him.
Yeah, he just overthrew the third baseman there, Riley.
Yeah,
and the ball sailed into left field.
And Riley had no chance right there.
So the Texas score now to 9-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. And runner on at second base with 1 down. There's a fastball hitting the outside corner. As the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike to Tyler Push.
You know, Landwehr, like I said, he's a freshman. He didn't get to pitch much this year at Friends, but he's learning a lot.
There goes. I thought there was going Zimmer, but he was just took about 5 or 6 steps and stopped. Zimmerman will be on. Still at second base, and Push goes to first base on a base on balls. That's the second walk given up to him here in the ball game. And we're going to have a new pitcher here for the Newton Rebels.
Carson Frazier.
It's going to be number 19, Carson Frazier. Let me get up here and give you the info on Carson. Carson Frazier is a 6-foot, 155-pounder from Cypress Community College, where he's a freshman from
Temecula, California.
There you go.
That's right around where Coach Clark is originally from, that area.
So, number 19, Carson Frazier, will be coming in to pitch now for the Newton Rebels. We'll give you the final numbers on Kyle Landwehr. And let me go over here and get those numbers here for you. Can you see those?
Yeah. 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and he faced 5 batters.
Okay, and then there is runners now on at first and second, so those runners will be charged to him in case they do come in, if they do come in. And coming up to bat for the Mulvane Patriots will be the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins.
And going back to Landwehr, I mean, that's probably, his worst outing so far. We've seen him quite a few times, and, hey, it's going to happen, Frank, and we just got to see how he bounces back next.
And we also have a new catcher now. It's Hibiki Uchi coming in to catch
so he came in
for
with
the Newton Rebels. So Hibiki Uchi replacing A.J. Parcero. Count is scoreboard operator's having a little problem today.
Yeah.
There was fouled off there by Hawkins.
The Carson Insurance foul ball. Please return that to Kathy Beveridge for a quarter.
Takes the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. So I'm trying to fill out my scorecard here by inserting Hibiki Uchi.
Yeah, lots going on. So the double switch.
Swing and a miss there by Hawkins. And that takes the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And Hawkins is definitely a tough out.
Breaking ball there by Carson Frazier. Misses for ball 2. So the count, well, now the home plate umpire is saying it's a ball. 1 ball.
Yeah.
I know there was the first pitch because I heard it. It should be 2 balls. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you heard you, Frank.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Hawkins. And here's a pitch. Check swing there by Hawkins. And the umpire says that he did not go. Somebody from the first base dugout yells at the umpire. And
So
now
he just gave him a warning.
He just gave him a warning. So the count goes full now at 3-2. Runners on at first and second with 1 down. There's the ball. Hit the shortstop. Brotman is not able to get to it as he looks up. A ball's going. 1 run will score from third base.
As
Zimmerman came all the way across from second base. And then Push ends up at third base. Hawkins ends up at second base.
Yeah, and the throw was, third base, which allowed the runner to go over there to beautiful ground ball right there
Yeah,
to get
that
you
was
out of the inning.
That was a routine double play there, should have been, looked like. Because it took a nice hop there for Brotman and just took his eyes off of it. Trying to see where the runner was at apparently, and count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So great job there by Carson Frazier, but just was not able to turn that double play. That one lifted into center field. Kassane getting under it, making the catch, and here comes the throw to third base as another run scores, and that is Push coming across. That takes the score now to 11-1 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots.
You know, and I feel, like Coach Clark was talking, he felt really good about that win last night. He thought maybe that would get us going and get some consistency, and then you come back within 24 hours later and playing one of our worst games right here, Frank.
11-1 now the score. There's a fastball by Carson Frazier is fouled off by Kobe Standard. Standard walked his last time at the plate. Also has recorded a base hit and flew out to center field. So we still have 1 down with the runner on at second base. 11-1 the score for Mulvane. There's a breaking ball. Nice pitch there by Frazier as he took something off of that. And now the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Well, the way they played last night, you definitely don't want to see a game like this.
Well, now they actually, I guess they didn't give an error on that.
They didn't?
No. So
okay, so
I know you can't assume the double play.
No.
But at least the play there. And I'm sure Brotman would even tell you himself, I should have made that play, knowing him.
Yep, they got 11 hits.
Yeah. Oh, nice pitch inside.
Ball strike 3 for out number 3. So the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Patriots, they score 4 runs. And at the end of 5 innings of play, it is the Mulvane Patriots 11 and the Newton Rebels 1. And we'll be right back.
I do sponsor the Mulvane Patriots.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by General Manager Mark Cavalla as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. The score is the Mulvane Patriots 11 and the Newton Rebels 1. Well, Mark, what can you say so far?
Well, I don't know. Haggerty's too much Haggerty right now because, you look at him and Brandon Haggerty, he's pitched 20 innings, 2/3 innings with a .44 ERA, and we can see why. I mean, he had that rough first inning.
So Lincoln Andrews starts it off for the Rebels. There's a hard hit ball into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit as the right fielder, Zimmer, moves to his right and cuts it off, or else that would have went all the way to the fence. So
Lincoln
Andrews records his first hit of the ball game and the first hit of the ball game for the Newton Rebels.
And that swing, it was a nice simple swing. He just kept that right shoulder right in there and just went right with the pitch.
It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry. It would be nice for Enzo to get things started here for the Newton Rebels. If he can just get one base hit, keep things going here for the Rebels. Maybe they can get back in the ball game. Breaking ball once again by Haggerty. And there is some action out in the bullpen for the Patriots.
Yeah, like I said, they need a lot of runners. Got to be patient.
Looks like it's number 5. There's also another guy. The ball gets away from the catcher. So Andrews goes to second base. Looks like a pass ball that time. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes now to Bonventre.
But Haggerty right there, you know, he's base hit. He's 2-0 count, but he still has an 11-1 lead. So they want him to get through this inning.
Count is 2-0. Runner on at second base with no outs. A breaking ball up high for ball 3. 3-0 now the count to Bonventre. And, you know, with Bonventre as dangerous as he is, and first base open, definitely not going to give him anything good.
No, you know, and I don't know why they'd be pitching around him or anything like that because, like I said, you have a 10-run lead. You usually just come right after batters.
So the 3-0 now the count to Bonventre, and here's Haggerty's pitch. A fastball missing high for ball 4. So Bonventre will be on at first base with a walk. Andrews is on at second base, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley.
Now batting for the Rebels.
Riley flew out to right field the first time at the plate as he made the third out in the top half of the first inning. Then he grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth inning as he made the third out in that inning. So here's Haggerty's first fastball in there for call strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. 2 runners on base with no outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. 11-1 the score in favor of the Patriots. If you're just now joining us. And here's Haggerty's pitch. Ball hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be foul.
Yeah, I mean,
first baseman was heading to his left, but not able to get to it, but it is foul.
That's what Riley was doing right there. The pitch is away. He's just trying to, like we talked about, nothing big, just kind of hit it that way, just a little late.
So 0-2 now the count to Riley. Here's Haggerty's pitch. Another breaking ball, missing high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Riley, who's playing third base this evening for the Newton Rebels.
There's one of our host families right there.
One of our host families. Hello.
Right here. Hi.
How y'all doing? Nice to have you on.
Connie Miller.
A breaking ball, missing for ball 2.
It's pretty close, Frank. I don't know if I'd be taking that, but yeah, it's pretty close. That's why we're here, right, Frank? That's why we're not playing out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes now. I'd have been protecting a little bit more than that, but 2-2 now the count. Fastball missing low for ball 3. So we go full now at 3-2 to Nolan Riley. I got a kick out of the PA announcer here last time we played here. He called him Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan.
I was going to ask Nolan about that, what he thought of that.
He did correct that, but did get a chuckle out of that because I almost did it.
He's battling
was
right
fouled
now.
off there by Riley.
You know, and it's essential right now that the Rebels do score here. They have to score 11-1. I mean, and they have to score because
well, definitely want to get in the ball game here.
Yeah, because I mean, you got the 10-run rule in effect.
Yep, coming up. So they need base runners, and they do have them. That one missing high for ball 4. So 2 straight walks given up by Haggerty.
And coach
here comes Coach.
I was going to say it's a good time for the coach to go talk to him. I don't know if he's going to take him out now. I mean, I don't know what his pitch. You know, we don't know what pitch counts are with the other teams.
That will load up the bases with Andrews at third base, Bonventre on at second, and Riley now on at first. And it'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brutman. And we're going to take a small break. We are off tomorrow, you say, right?
Yes, yes.
No ball game
then
tomorrow?
we start our series with the Sluggers on Friday.
I'll start our series with the Sluggers, and are we at home or are we away?
We're at home.
We're at home.
At home, yeah.
Okay, because I haven't looked at that far ahead.
And let me tell you, it's Friday. We're playing at home. Then this is a little change on Saturday and Sunday. We're playing at Westside Athletic Field where French University plays. So we'll play there on Saturday, Sunday, then back home on Monday.
Okay, so the other two are away games.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm glad to know that. Okay, we have bases loaded now with no outs here in the top half of the sixth inning. The score 11-1. And up is shortstop number 1, Andrew Brotman. First pitch by Haggerty misses outside for ball 1.
See, and here, Brown right here, he needs to take a strike. Take a strike. Make this. He's right now. He's struggling. Haggerty's struggling right now, and we got a chance to at least get our own crooked inning right here.
So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Brotman. And here's Haggerty's pitch. That one hit hard into left field. That's going to score 1 run as Andrews comes in from third base. Bonventry ends up at third base. Riley at second. And Brotman is in with his first hit of the ball game and an RBI. The score now 11-2 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots as the Newton Rebels have scored 1 run here in the top half of the sixth. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi.
I was going to say, or Brown can just swing at the first strike. How's that?
Just like you called it.
That's right. That's whatever, He's
well, there was a big gap between third and short, so he found that pitch he wanted. That first pitch to Uchi goes called strike 1.
Well, you just look at it. You have to get it on the scoreboard. But the whole thing is, he's struggling right now. And all I'm saying is don't help the pitcher out.
0-1 now the count. Breaking ball missing for ball 1. That will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I was going to say, Frank, you had to look at it. He had a no-hitter going into this inning. So, his stuff was working.
Yeah, we didn't want to say nothing about it. We want to be courtesy of that. Uchi comes in batting .296 as he's appeared in 11 ball games. They're missing for ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Uchi. He has been up to bat 27 times, has 8 hits, has scored 4 runs, and I believe he's got 1 or 2 RBIs. 2 RBIs. So he's got ducks on the pond here, as they say. A chance to get a couple more RBIs. 2-1 the count with no out, bases full. For the Newton Rebels, that one fouled off by Uchi. That will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's very demonstrative. You can see his emotion, right there. He's like, I should have had that. I should have had that pitch right there because that pitch was right there, and he just missed it.
So Uchi is ready. A swing and a miss there by Uchi, and he goes down for out number 1. That will bring up the right fielder, number 9, Eric Garza. Garza got hit by Pitts the last time at the plate. Flew out to center field in the second inning as he made the third out in that inning. So Garza coming up. And here's Haggerty. They're going to hang with Haggerty. to Jack Sigris. What Sigris do last night?
Well, he had a big hit, I remember, scored in the 6th inning, but he struggled a little, but he did.
That would hit hard there by Sigris. That's going to be in for a base hit in left field. Riley will score from third base, and stopping at third base will be Brutman. Moving over to second base is Garza, and Sigris is on with a base hit and a RBI.
That's what I'm saying, Frank. It's the 4th time that Sigris has seen the top of the lineup. Now we're going through and I think there has to be that advantage now. You've seen a guy 3 times, he should have some, but 4 times, right there, that we should have some good swings. I'll put it that way.
So top half of the 6th inning, another run is scored. That takes the score down to 11-4. There's a breaking ball by Haggerty, is in there for strike 1, as Sam Cassane is now the batter, center fielder for the Newton Rebels. This is the 9th batter in this inning.
That's what he's
the
been.
Bases are still loaded with 2 down.
That's
There's
what
another breaking ball, and
well, that's what I was going to say, Frank, because that's mainly what he's been throwing, Cassane. I mean, have you noticed that? I mean,
oh yeah, nothing but breaking balls. And that one there was a little close to Cassane, but did not wear it. So the count should be 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a fastball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop comes in. Not sure if he's going to be able to get him. Not going to be able to get him as another run scores. That is Brotman scoring from third base. Garza moves over to third, and Sigris moves to second, and a base hit by Sam Cassane as he beats that out. As the shortstop, DeVille, came hustling in but was just not able to get him at first base. So a base hit and a RBI for Cassane. That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. And wow, how things have changed here now in the ball game. 11-5 is the score. And I believe, didn't Lincoln hit a home run last night?
Yes, he did. A nice, kind of like a line shot out of there.
I think.
And that was in the 5th inning.
He hit a home run. He had a 3-run home run in the 5th inning.
Yep.
Last night. That one breaking ball missing for ball 2. So 2-0 now the count.
And this is what we're talking about. Sometimes, let's say he walks. Guess what? That scores a run. Then who's up? The boom. So, you hand it off to the other guy to get the job done.
So all of a sudden the score is 11-5. And if Andrews can give us a good hit, there's a nice base hit that is off the glove, off the first baseman. A run will score. Garza scores. And here comes another run as Sigris scores from second base. So 2 more runs have scored.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Haggerty.
And stopping at second base is Cassane. And Andrews is in with a base hit and 2 RBIs. So the Newton Rebels have scored 6 runs here in the top half of the 6th inning. And they still have runners on at first and second with 2 down. That is going to be it for Brandon Haggerty. And now coming in to pitch for the Mulvane Patriots.
As I was trying to see
we'll
there.
see who that is. Number 5 it is.
Austin Kelly. I don't have anything on him on this, but yeah, Austin Kelly, right-hander.
Okay, Austin Kelly coming in to pitch now for Mulvane.
Yeah, the big thing about on that comeback, Frank, all those hits right there, and we talked about it, especially the 4th time they've seen him around, he had 3 straight hits. Right? I mean, so the guys had knew, but they had good swings. They were swinging at good pitches.
So we'll give you the final numbers here for Brandon Haggerty.
Yeah, he had 5 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And he faced 29 batters. And you got to remember, he had a no-hitter going into this inning.
Well, he should have gave up 7 runs because they've scored 6 runs here this inning.
Yeah,
so
that's
not updated yet.
Right, they haven't updated it.
So
they just updated, Frank. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so they went 5 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs. How many base on balls?
6.
6 base on balls, and had 7 strikeouts as he faced 30 batters. Okay, and now these 2 runners on base will be charged to him if they do score. But coming in to pitch is number 5, Austin Kelly, for the
spot, that softball-sized spot, his best. Because, like I said, if he gets a walk, you got a runner in scoring position right there.
So 3-1 now the count, and here's the pitch. Fastball is fouled off there by Andrew Brutman, and that will take the count to 4 now at 3-2. With 2 out here in the top half of the 6th inning, Riley will be taken off on the pitch as there's 2 down and a full count. So Andrew Brutman up there protecting the plate, and Austin Kelly trying to get that 3rd out. And here's the pitch. There goes Riley. That one is fouled off by Brotman. So Andrew Brotman hanging tough here for the Newton Rebels.
Just like he did that last at-bat last night, he did too.
I'm just thinking about the folks that said, you know what, this game's over with. I'm going to go watch something else.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, but this is what the Newton Rebels have done all season long. They can put some numbers up, but they just, but they're giving away too many numbers. All right, here's the pitch. There goes Riley, and there's a swing and a miss by Brutman, and that records the 3rd out. But not before the Newton Rebels scored 9 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, it is the Mulvane Patriots 11 and the Newton Rebels 10, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning.
In yesterday's game was what, Frank? 11-10. And now
The
it's
score is the Mulvane Patriots 11 and the Newton Rebels 10. Going into the top half of that 6th inning, it was 11-1, and we were just talking off air, you and I, about how that might be a run rule if we didn't get something going. Well, they got something going all right because they put up 9 runs here in that top half of the 6th inning.
And I'll be honest with you, Frank, I was thinking 4 or 5 runs, something like that. And that 9 runs, hey, that's awesome. But now we got it. Now that shutdown inning.
Now we got a ball game, exactly right. We have to shut them down here. So leading off the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Patriots will be the 3rd baseman, number 22, Hilton Brown. Brown has 3 hits so far here in the ball game.
He started us off.
There's a breaking ball by Frazier, called strike 1. Frazier in his 2nd inning of work.
Yeah, I was going to say he started off for the
And here's
Patriots.
the pitch. That's fastball missing outside, so that will take the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one hit to the shortstop. Brotman, once again, it goes off his glove, and it's going to be 2 errors there by Brotman.
Well, let's see, just 1 because he didn't go to second. So
yeah, that was a thrown error.
But he is. So yeah, is he going? Yep.
Yeah, he is going to go to second.
Okay.
1 error there by as Brotman. Thank you. As Brotman threw that ball away.
Bring up the first baseman.
So Hilton Brown will be now on at second base.
Yeah, that's
an error by the shortstop. Going to bring up the left fielder, number 25, Jackson Searain. I meant 2 base errors, what I meant to say.
Error, yeah.
Okay, this is what I was talking about when I said 2 errors.
We knew that.
Okay.
We knew that. I think everybody at home realized that.
Yeah, because that went into the dugout right away. And so There's now batting is Searing. So Frazier's first pitch to him is ball one as that missed high. So we were talking about shutting them down here. That's not the way to do it.
No, it's.
There's a hard hit ball into center field. Kassane backs up, makes the catch, and there's tagging up is Brown. There's a throw into third base, not going to be in time as Brown is in safely. And Searing gets a F8 sacrifice.
Yeah, it's good base running right there.
And we'll bring up the first baseman, number 19, Easton Parrish.
How about the Patriots, the shortstop, number 9, Colby
Oh,
DeVille.
I'm off somewhere here.
Who is this now? This is.
Well, I must, okay, Brown must, it must have been Searing that got on with the error because he's standing on at third base. So,
yeah,
my bad. I apologize to you guys listening. Parrish flew out to center field for out number one. And somehow I got off one. All right, the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike, and now batting is the shortstop, number 9, Colby DeVille.
Yeah, this is huge right here. This
Hard hit ball into left field. That's going to score a run as DeVille gets a base hit, and scoring is Searing from third base.
Yeah, he had that fastball, just kind of got it up and just went right with it. DeVille did a good job.
We'll bring up the designated hitter, number 6, Matt Epshire.
How about the designated hitter, number 6?
So DeVille records an RBI. And now takes the score to 12-10 as Frazier goes to first base with that throw. DeVille in safely. And here's Frazier's pitch. A swing and a miss there by Epshire. Count goes to no balls, 1 strike.
That's like a little slider action right there, just on the outside, a little late break.
So no balls, 1 strike now to Epshire. And that one hit in the outside corner. Great pitch there by Frazier.
Yeah, it hit just.
And he now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
If you notice there, Ochi just sat there right there and it just, boom, hit his mitt.
Well, one thing I've noticed by Hibiki Uchi, he really, there's another throw to first base in safely. He really works with those pitchers.
Yeah, no,
you know.
and they said they enjoy him, catch him. And,
Yeah. And what I mean by work, I mean the corners,
right.
and then setting up the pitch. He really does a good job. There's a breaking ball missing outside for ball 2.
No, he's like I said. Coach Clark considers him one of the hardest workers on the team. He's one of the first guys there and one of the last guys to leave. He says.
Well, that last one must have been a strike because the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch before, I should say. And here's a breaking ball missing for ball 2. 2-2 now the count to Matt Epshire with DeVille on at first base. And 1 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
They're definitely pitching away right here. All right, going inside right now. They're a good call.
Yes, great job there by Frazier. And that is out number 2 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. You're right. Hibichi set up outside.
And then at the last minute,
Then
he broke
at the
in.
last second, he moved inside to
where
exactly where Frazier threw the ball at.
What I like about Uchi is he thinks. He's thinking. He's not just a catcher just putting the glove back there or something like that. He's thinking all the time, and he gets the pitchers to think that way.
Going to bring up the right fielder, number 11, Bryce Zimmer. Zimmer had a walk this last time up. And he also scored a run. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. That one just missing outside.
And I tell you, it's so great. Perry Bruner, Bear, the guy that helps us out once in a while, I played ball with him years ago, and he just hit my mitt. It made it so much easy.
Count is 2-1 now to Zimmer. I'm going to have to turn this up a little bit because I can't hear it.
When you have a smart catcher back there, it makes the job easier for the pitcher.
A swing and a miss there by Zimmer. And that would now even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and I definitely like to see him get Zimmer right now because you got the top of the lineup coming up, Push coming up, one of their best hitters.
I wouldn't be surprised as DeVille. There's a swing and a miss there by Zimmer as he goes down swinging, as Frazier records his second strikeout of this inning. And the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Mulvane Patriots, they score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end of 6 innings of play, it is the Mulvane Patriots 12 and the Newton Rebels 10. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. The score 12-10 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. Leading off for the Newton Rebels will be the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi.
15, Hibiki Uchi.
So the Rebels are down by 2 runs as we get started with the top half of the 7th inning. We have Uchi on deck.
Hey, the high fastball.
Garza, and then Gaston.
I was going to say, Frank had that high fastball right there. He was trying to get on. He was right there.
That one hit to the right-hand side is going to be fouled by Uchi. So the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes.
Turn that Carson Insurance.
And he's probably one of the best hitters on the team that uses the field. He uses the field well.
Got very good control of the bat, that's for sure. That one missing low for ball 1, so 1-2 the count. We'd like to say hi to his mother, Makoto, and Hideki, the father, Uchi, one young sister, Sagi. We hope you're listening in. There's a hard hit ball that's a high hopper, and that's going to be in for a base hit for Uchi as he hustled down to first base.
Runs pretty fast for a catcher there, Frank.
So Hibiki Uchi is on with a base hit. That took a high hop, and the pitcher was not able to get to it when he finally did. He was not in time. Going to bring up the right fielder, number 9, Eric Garza. So Uchi's on at first base with no outs. Here in the top half of the 7th inning. And that's exactly what the Rebels needed, was base runners. Square around the bunt and able to go. There goes Uchi to second base, and he's going to be in safely as that got away from the catcher. So Uchi's now on at second with no outs.
Yeah, Coach
Clark's first pitch was ball 1 to Garza.
And Coach Clark just motioned to him, try to go some to the right side, try to go right. Get him over to third.
And here's the pitch. That one high for ball 2. So the count now goes 2-0 now to Eric Garza. Garza reached on a base on balls his last time and scored a run. Also got hit by a pitch the time before and flew out to center field his first time at the plate. So 2-0 to count. Here's Kelly's pitch. That one into the ground. Nice stop there by the catcher Standard.
There's some action over there in the Patriots bullpen.
And the count goes to 3 balls, no strikes now to Eric Garza. And he's only looking for one pitch. Here's the pitch by Kelly. That one missing outside. There goes Uchi to third base. And over at first base will be Garza. So Uchi is now on at third base, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, number 13, Darius Gaston.
I think they have number 26, Colby Peachin in there. Yeah, you got the
Peachin played last game that we saw him.
Can't tell.
We'll see
right
exactly what.
So he's still stretching. Might just be talking to give him a little more time.
Yep.
But
so the Newton Rebels now have runners on at first and third with no outs here in the top half of the seventh inning as they are down 12-10.
Yep, here he comes.
So we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll be right back and get that information for you. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. We do have a new pitcher now. It's going to be number 26, Kobe Peachin. Will now be pitching for the Mulvane Patriots. And Kobe Peachin has appeared in 2 ball games, has pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 5 base on balls, 7 strikeouts, and he's got a 1-0 record, and he's also got a 0.00 ERA. So Peachin coming in now to pitch for the Mulvane Patriots.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at it, he's averaging 2 strikeouts per inning right now. So, I mean, he's definitely a guy that's probably coming in and I imagine throw some heat.
So now we have runners on at first and third with no out. And up the plate is left fielder number 13, Darius Gaston. Gaston now up. And we're down 2 runs here as the score is 12-10. But the tying run is on at first base. And Gaston's up with it. No balls and 1 strike. That one hitting the outside corner. And the count now goes to 0-2.
I don't know what Gaston would be asking right there. I mean, that looked like it was right there. So I don't know if he has timeout.
Well, I just heard him say he asked the umpire what the count was. Scoreboard operator has not having his A game today. Let's just put it that way. All right, the count is no balls and 2 strikes. That one missing outside for ball 1. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So he's having a friendly conversation there with the umpire.
And here's the pitch. That swing and a miss there by Gaston as he goes down swinging. That's his second strikeout of the ball game here for Gaston. It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigris.
Sigris, one of the guys you definitely want to see up at the plate.
Sigris had a base hit his last time up and scored an RBI. Once again, runners on at first and third, and one down now here in the top half of the 7th inning. 12-10 is the score. Breaking ball call, strike one. Nice pitch there by Peachin.
Yeah, and you figure Peachin's going to sit there and throw that fastball in there, and he throws that.
Did we give the numbers for Kelly?
Not yet.
Okay, let's go ahead and finish up Kelly there.
Okay.
That one in there for call, strike two.
Okay, Kelly, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He faced 5 batters.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure his parents would like to know exactly what he did.
Yeah.
The count is no balls, 2 strikes now. That one hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be in for a base hit. And coming in to score is Uchi from third base. Stopping at second base is Garza as Jack Sigris records his second hit of the ball game and his second RBI. Nice job there by Jack Sigris.
See, and that's what I like about Sigris because, just an easy swing. He just, outside pitch, and they're pitching him away. He just went with it.
So another run scores, now takes the score to 12-11. And up to bat now will be the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane. Cassane is 1 for 4 here tonight in the ball game.
Right, and Sam, I think he's probably pretty excited to see a right-hander in this game.
Count is no balls, 1 strike now to Cassane. And here's the pitch by Kelly. Swing and a miss there by Cassane. And the count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Well, we got Lincoln Andrews, if we get that far, coming up. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, missing. That ball gets away from the catcher. So both runners would advance as Garza ends up at third base and Sigris will end up at second base. With 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. Exactly what the Newton Rebels needed, as the score is 12-11 now.
Okay.
With the tying run on at third base and the go-ahead run on at second base.
And let's see what the infield's going to do. They're going to be playing in.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cassane. That went missing low for ball 2.
I think Cassane's got to make some good contact right here. Just get it, square it right through the infield or fly ball.
So 2-2 now the count to Cassane. With run, and the infield is in now, by the way.
In. Yep.
That one hits Cassane. So Cassane will be on at first base as the hit batsman. So now Garza's on at third, Sigris is on at second, Cassane on at first, and that will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
And I'd say he's one of the guys you definitely want up this last 2 weeks. He's probably been the most consistent hot hitter. What'd you say?
Andrews he definitely has. Andrews here tonight is 2 for 4. And he's batting .338 with 4 home runs and 20 RBIs.
And he's one of the league leaders I was looking at in RBIs. So,
well, he should have exactly 22 because he just had 2 of them here in the last inning. Breaking ball in there for call strike 1. A great pitch here by
and that's a good take.
Toby Peachin.
That's a good take. It was a low pitch now.
So we have bases full with 1 out here in the top half of the 7th inning. 12-11 is the score in favor of Mulvane. But the Newton Rebels are threatening. There's a swing and a miss there by Andrews. So the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. On deck, if we get that far, is designated hitter number 17, Enzo Bonventry, who had a 3-run home run his last time at the plate. The breaking ball missing, and Andrews was able to check swing that. The count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lincoln Andrews.
So Peach has pretty good breaking stuff, too. I mean, he has a good fastball.
There's a hard hit ball there by Andrews that should score a run as the ball's hit into right field. Here comes the throw into home plate and not going to be in time as Eric Garza scores from third, and then
a new game.
Andrews gets a fly out to right field and an RBI sacrifice. And moving over to third base is Sigris. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry, who hit a 3-run home run his last time at the plate in the 6th inning. So the score now tied up at 12 apiece.
Oh.
Did he take that?
Yeah, he took it, but it was a nice changeup that Hunt was up there.
Okay, the first pitch is called strike 1 to Bonventry. Runners on at first and third with 2 down. A breaking ball once again to Bonventry, and that one low for ball 1. So the count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike.
The changeup's very effective, especially first pitch like that, because he's looking for a fastball, but that was hanging.
So here's Peachin's pitch. Oh, that one missing high for ball 2. That one sailing in at Bonventry.
Okay, should be a hitter's pitch right here. Enzo should be able to, spot this up.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Bonventry. And runners on at first and third. A breaking ball. It looks like he check swing, but he did go. So the count will now go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bonventry 1 for 2 here tonight. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that's hit to the third baseman. He's going to have to come in and go to first base, and he does a 5-3 put out for the third out. But not before the Newton Rebels score 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 left on base. So at the end of 6.5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 12 and the Mulvane Patriots 12. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back for Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The score tied up now at 12 apiece. And Mark, who would have thought that the score would have been tied up, as the score was 11-1 going into the top half of the 6th inning. Why don't you give us some numbers there so far on the rundown?
Well, the Rebels, 12 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and Mulvane, 12 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. A lot of runs.
Okay, so we're going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. For the Patriots is center fielder number 15, Tyler Push. If I'm doing my scorekeeping correctly, it is 15, okay. I was off 1 last inning. That one missing for ball 2. Carson Frazier working for the Newton Rebels. And it's a new ball game here. So it's his to win or lose if he wants it.
It's a new game right now, so we'll see. But, we got to get that shutdown inning.
Yes, sir, we do.
Never important.
Yeah, the Mulvane Patriots scored 4 runs in the first, no runs in the second, 1 run in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, 4 runs in the fifth, 1 run in the sixth, and looking for that shutdown inning again. There's 2 balls, 1 strike now to push, and here's Frazier's pitch. That one hitting the outside corner. That will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you look at it, the big Achilles heel for the Rebels is getting that leadoff hitter. The Rebels, Patriots keep getting the leadoff guy on, and I think only 2 innings where they haven't had him on.
Here's Frazier's pitch. A breaking ball. That one's going to be lifted into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit as Frazier threw a breaking ball and just kept it high.
Yeah, it hung.
And nice job there by Tyler Push as he hit that into center field.
And that's what I like about Push. Like I said, I say it over and over. He doesn't try to do too much. He just nice little swing, hanging curveball. Boom.
Going to bring up for the Patriots the second baseman number 2, Brett Hawkins. Hawkins here this evening is 2 for 4. And he's batting .347 for the season.
Yeah, I like this guy. I like him defensively also. Just like I said, does a lot of little things.
He has 2 home runs and then 8 RBIs. A bunt right back to Carson. Not going to be able to get anybody as that went off his glove. So I'm sure that's going to be a base hit there by Hawkins. And Push will move at to second base. And that will bring up the catcher number 10, Kobe Standard.
You know, that's tough because usually when you bunt right to the pitcher, that's almost like a double play. You throw it to second base, throw it to first, double play, and Frazier just couldn't handle it.
So Standard is now up at the plate. They have not updated yet.
Yeah.
Hibiki Uchi goes out to talk to Carson Frazier.
Standard from Midland, Texas, 6'2", 195. I don't know if his parents are listening or say hello to you guys, too. You might be here in the stands. Huh?
All right. They did give a hit to Hawkins. So Hawkins record his 3rd hit of the ball game. So Kobe Standard is up there with a 1-0 count. There's Frazier's pitch hitting the outside corner as the count goes down to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he's doing a good job hitting that corner. Him and Uchi again working well together.
And here's Frazier's pitch. That one, a breaking ball on the outside, missing. So the count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
And that's, right there you miss. It's off speed, but it's away. It's down. You know, no harm could be done on that.
There goes the runner, the third base, and there's a throw down, and they got him. Got him at third base. Great job there by Hibiki Uchi. And covering was Riley at third base. So a 2-5 put out for out number 1. The runner Hawkins does advance to second base. I like the call there by their coach.
Yeah, being aggressive, and that's what they've been doing the whole time. Coach Clark and I talked about it earlier, and I think, Uchi's definitely a good defensive catcher. We were actually talking about this today about, putting a defensive team in there at the end of a game just to, your best defense sometimes. And Uchi's proved to be
the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Standard.
I'm saying Uchi, would you consider him one of the best defensive catcher so far you've seen?
The ball hits it between short and third. Shortstopman Brotman tries to get to it but can't.
Yep.
And so a runner will score from second base is Hawkins. And over to first base is Standard. And a good job there by the left fielder Gaston as he did not throw that in home.
No.
Held on to it to make sure that the guy at first base did not go over to second.
Batting for the Patriots, the third baseman.
Going to bring up the third baseman, number 22, Hilton Brown. So another run scores, now takes the score to the Mulvane Patriots 13 and the Newton Rebels 12. A line shot to second baseman. Seegers at second.
And then they tried to throw it back to Lincoln Andrews, and he threw it high, and Lincoln had to jump off the bag, and by the time the guy was already there, he was there already. So, and you can see Seegers, he's jumping up and down like, doggone, I should have made that play.
Yeah, that was a double play there because Standard was taken off on the pitch and that line shot to Sigris as he made the catch, but when he threw over to Andrews, he threw it high, and so in safely is Standard. Or else that would have been a double play, and the Rebels would have got out of the inning by just giving up that one run. And here the home plate umpire and the first base umpire are going to get together. It's Ed Moore, the home plate umpire. I'm not sure who that is out in doing the bases.
Well, it's been around many years. Umpiring games around the Wichita area in the state. Trying to see what happened, what that could be. Do you have any idea on that one, Frank? Because I don't know what Coach Clark was talking to him about. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what, unless it was some kind of interference or something, but I honestly don't know what the call was. I was writing
I couldn't see
something down on the paper. I didn't even see the play to second base. That line shot to second base. That's come I asked you.
Yeah, but I couldn't see anything from this angle that, where it's just he threw it high and Lincoln went up, came down, and he was there already. So we don't have instant replay, so, I don't know what else he could ask on that.
The only thing I'm thinking of is the base runner. I mean, he's the only thing that I can think that Coach Clark is talked to the umpire about, because what else would it be? It wouldn't be on the line shot.
No, no.
So they're saying that he is safe at first base.
Huh.
So Standard will be on at first. It's going to bring up the left fielder, number 25, Jackson Searing.
For the Patriots, the left fielder, number
Well, I did like that the umpires did get together and talk about it, though.
We've had some real good umpiring this whole year, I think. There's a ball that's fouled off there by Searing into an empty field now, as they had the Little Leaguers out here starting at 6 o'clock, and now they're all gone home. So no balls, one strike now to Searing. Runner on at first base with two down. And here's Carson Frazier's pitch, a breaking ball missing high for ball one. So the count will go now to 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson Searing. Hard ball hit to the... took a bad bounce for Sigris. Boy, he was going to make an easy play.
Yeah, that's...
And that thing hit something in the ground and just took a high hop, and all he could do was protect his face.
Yeah, he's just defending his face right
and
there.
So now Standard will be standing at third base. Sigris will be on with a base hit, with a little bit of help there from the infield.
We were talking earlier with ground ball to Sigris. Hey, it's an out. Not unless you get... I will have to put an asterisk right there and say, unless it's a bad bounce. Because that was terrible hop.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible hop, and unfortunate for the Rebels. Good for the Patriots, though.
Right.
Now they have runners on at first and third.
Wow.
With 2 outs. And the Mulvane Patriots have scored 1 run to take a 13-12 lead here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. There's a pitch by Carson Frazier.
Okay, they're doing a delay.
You got him! Throw it! No, you got him!
No. Oh.
Well, Hibiki Uchi had the runner at first base caught up, and
you tell
they made him. The first Searing just stood there. Finally, Hibiki Uchi threw to second base, and meanwhile, Standard took off on the pitch, and the throw was thrown into home plate, which the Frazier was covering home plate, but the throw was not very good. So Standard scores from third base, and now Searing is standing on at third base. So the score now is 14-12 in favor. And now the pitch gets away. Another run might score, and he does, as Searing scores from third base. 15-12 as...
And all, this happened after the bad bounce. I mean, that's
after the bad bounce, exactly right. Just like it was not meant to be for the Newton Rebels here tonight. And now the coach is arguing that he should have been sliding at home plate. That's what Coach is saying. He said he's supposed to slide at home base. Now Coach Clark has been kicked out of the ball game. Ed Mora, but Coach Clark is going to have his final say.
Yeah, exactly know what's going on there. But
3 runs have scored here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The score now 15-12. And now the infield is going to be coming in to talk it out. And we're going to take a small break.
yeah.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball. Well, they had runners on at first and third. Standard was on at third. Searing was on at first. He went halfway, stopped, and Hibiki Uchi finally threw the ball down. And the toss back into home as Standard came in was in the ground and got away. And then we had a pass ball after that, or a wild pitch, I should say, because it was in the ground, and Hibiki Uchi could not even get to it. So another run scores. So all this, like you say, after the bad hop to Searing,
Right.
to Sigris, and there's a base hit there by number 19, Parrish. So all this with 2 down.
Yeah.
We're at 2 down with the runners on at first and second, and then the ball was hit to second baseman and took a bad bounce.
It would have been a third out, yeah.
Would have been the third out of the inning with only giving up 1 run. So now the score is 15-12.
Is it 15?
And coming up to bat now is the shortstop, number 9, Kobe DeVille, as Parrish just reached on a base hit. That went in there for call strike 1 by Fred. Strike now to DeVille. And we have somebody going to come up and start throwing in the Newton Rebels bullpen. That one breaking ball by Frazier, missing outside. So that will take the count now to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, looks
like it's Jackson.
Yeah, Jordan Bolt Jackson.
Bolt Jackson coming in to start warming up. Also number 30, nope, just Jackson.
Yeah, and it's a couple of plays. The line drive. If Cooney got that double play, it's a baseball. It's crazy.
Here's a pitch by Frazier, missing inside, so the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Once again, Parrish is on at first base. And we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 15-12 is the score. Our fastball in there for call strike 2. So count now goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kobe DeVille, the shortstop for the Patriots. That breaking ball in the ground. Nice job there by Uchi. He's able to keep that in front of him. But the count will go full now at 3-2. So with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Parrish at first base will be taken off on the pitch. Breaking ball fouled off there by DeVille. It looked like they might have had a play on at first base. I saw Andrews kind of gave the sign of do they have something on or not. But there goes
They might.
Parrish once again.
He's
off the bag.
Yes, playing back.
And a fastball missing outside for ball 4. So DeVille will be on at first base. Parrish on at second now. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 6, Matt Abshire. Abshire struck out his last time at the plate.
Abshire.
Got hit by a pitch the time before. Flew out to the first baseman and flew out to center field. So Carson Frazier trying to get out of this inning. There's a fastball right across the letters for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now to Abshire. As the Patriots have scored 3 runs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Fastball swing and a miss there by Abshire, and the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Frank, it's a crazy game, isn't it? I mean, it is a crazy game. I mean,
so no balls, 2 strikes now to Abshire. And Carson Frazier ready to go. Runners on at first and second. And there's a call, strike 3, as that was right down the middle.
yeah, there's no doubt.
And bottom half of the 7th inning for the Mulvane Patriots, they scored 3 runs on 4. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game, joined along by Mark Carvala, our general manager, as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. The score is 15-12.
Yeah, I was going to say, if people out there like runs, offensive baseball, this series, that's all we've seen. We've just seen runs.
Well, last night's ball game was 11-10 in favor of the Rebels.
Now leading off the top of the 8th for the Rebels, number 55, Nolan.
So leading off here in the top half of the 8th inning is third baseman number 55, Nolan Riley. And the Rebels need to score base runners. The first pitch is called strike 1 as Kobe Peachin is in to work his second inning of work. So 0-1 now to Riley. And here's Peachin's pitch. Ball low for ball 1. 1-1 now the count.
Like I said, you can never count out the Rebels. So we'll see what happens. Whoa.
Fly ball to the third baseman, gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So an F5 on the put out for the first out. It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brutman.
Now batting for Newton, the shortstop, number 1, Andrew Brotman.
So Brotman is up now as he struck out his last time, got a base hit the time before and scored an RBI. 1 out, a swing and a miss there by Brotman as the count now goes to no balls and 1 strike.
And the Rebels got to stay within themselves right now. I mean, just get runners. I mean, they show they can score runs. We know that. So, but we have to get something going. They have, like I say, you can't hit a 3-run homer right now.
And here's Peachin's pitch. That's in there for a strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now to Andrew Brutman as the Newton Rebels need base runners, as they are down 15-12 here in the top half of the 8th inning. Here's Peachin's pitch. That breaking ball missing low for ball 1. So the count will go now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Newton Rebels will have no game tomorrow evening as they get a break. But then we'll be in action on Friday at home against Hayesville, did you say?
The Sluggers.
Oh, Rose Hill Sluggers.
Rose Hill Sluggers.
We'll have a 4-game series against the Rose Hill Sluggers. And
so
it's we'll be playing Friday night at home, and Saturday and Sunday will be
Friends, Westside
Athletic Field with the Friends Field. Swing and a miss there by Buttman as he goes down for out number 2.
Yeah, it's going to be an important series too, Frank, because right now the Sluggers they're playing well and they're in 3rd place.
It's going to bring up the catcher number 15, Hibiki Uchi. Uchi recorded a base hit. It's fouled off there by Uchi. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike.
Return that Carson Insurance foul ball to Kathy Beveridge. It's worth a quarter.
Trying to see who Rebels have in the bullpen there.
Right, fastball missing high for ball 1. So 1-1 now the count to Hibiki Uchi.
It's like Gillig's pitching again. So
great evening here in Mulvane. Nice and cool. That one fouled up into the infield. Catcher is taking off his mask, getting under it, and not going to be able to make the play as that pops out of his glove. So Hibiki Uchi gets under a breather or a chance to come back.
Frank, that's got to be tough for catchers. I mean, you practice that during the school year. We used to have pop flies like that for, we used to do that a couple times a week.
I think about that because normally when they take infill, everybody gets 2 or 3 hits and stuff on certain situations, and the catcher gets 1 pop-up.
Yeah, that's it.
Usually
it depends if the coach can hit it.
That's only if the coach can do it. Exactly right. So count is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Hibiki Uchi, as there is 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. 15-12 is the score. A hard hit ball up the middle. That may be great play there by the shortstop as he made the stop, and that was Garza. Garza has been hit by a pitch, has 2 base on balls, and flew out to center field. Breaking ball or fastball looks like outside.
Yeah, he's definitely been that team player with the 2 walks and hit batter. He's getting on base 3 out of 4 times, Frank's the way I look at that.
Garza's officially 0 for 1 here in the ballgame. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss there by Garza as the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little behind that right there.
Yeah, great fastball there by Peachin to go up 1-2. Still Uchi on at first base as we have 2 down here in the top half of the 8th. Fastball missing outside for ball 2. So the count will now go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Due up next is Darius Gaston on the on-deck circle, who has struck out twice here tonight. And here's Peachin's pitch. There goes Uchi, but a swing and a miss there by Garza. So that is the 3rd out. So the top half of the 8th inning for the Rebels, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 7 1/2, it is 15-12 in favor of Mulvane. And we'll be right back. All right, we welcome back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, joined along by Mike Cavalla as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The score of 15-12 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots.
And we got Rocco in there now. Rocco Armini.
Oh, Rocco Armini, okay. I'm glad you said something. So now coming in to pitch is number 12, Rocco Armini.
Rocco, what do you call him?
Rocco Armini. So he's coming in to pitch. We'll give you the final numbers here for Carson Frazier. Carson Frazier went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 base on balls, 4 strikeouts as he faced 15 batters. First batter is Zimmer, and the ball hit to the shortstop, Brotman. Brotman comes up, goes to first. A nice scoop there by Andy Brotman.
Andrews has a great glove over there.
There's a 6-3 put out for out number 1. That will bring up the center fielder number 15, Tyler Push.
Brings back up the top of the lineup, center fielder number 15, Tyler Push.
So Push is up there.
Push is about 7 times scored in 2 games. I mean, that's quite a leadoff.
And he has got 2 hits here in the ball game. He's 2 for 3 as he flew out to the second baseman in the second inning. Walked in the first and walked in the fifth.
He was 3 for 5 last night. So, I mean, he's got the hot hand there.
He got the ERA up there, I'm sure. I mean, the batting average up there.
Oh, yeah.
Count is 1 ball, no strikes as Rocco Armini now up there. That is fouled off by Push. And evens up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Beautiful night. It's a beautiful night.
Yeah, it feels nice and cool here.
A crazy game.
They wanted to put us in the press box, and I was just like, you know what, it's too hot up there. I'd rather be right here. We got a great view, and I knew that the breeze was going to hit us, so there's a nice pitch there by Armini as he hits the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler Push, as there is 1 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 15-12 is the score in favor of the Mulvane Patriots.
And if you look at Push right now, he's choking up. He's choking up a little.
And Uchi sets up outside. There's a breaking ball there by Armini, and a swing and a miss there by Push. And that is the second out of the inning, and the first strikeout recorded by Rocco Armini. Going to bring up the second baseman, number 2, Brett Hawkins.
Brings up the second baseman, number 2.
Hawkins has 3 hits here in the ball game. The last 3 times up the plate. That last one of them was to the shortstop. That wasn't sure if they're going to call it a base hit or not, and they did. Heads up there, young man. As the ball's hit to the third base side, there's some kids out there playing.
Yeah, I mean, he's
right in their area.
I mean, he's definitely a contact hitter. He's struck out only 1 time in the last couple of games. I mean, he definitely puts the ball in play here. Gets on base, figures that away.
0-1 the count. There's a swing and a miss there by Hawkins, and the count now goes no balls and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Well, we're going to have to see if they get out of this inning, whether the Newton Rebels will come back and tie it up like they did last night. That one missing inside. That one did hit him on the knee.
That's tough on 0-2.
Yes, it sure is. Hit by pitch. So Hawkins will be on at first base, and I'm sure that they may be sending him because he's pretty speedster out there. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 10, Kobe Standard.
Yeah, I mean, Armini right there, you know, he's upset with himself right there, especially 0-2. You know, you can pitch something away or something and come back. It seemed like he was in command right there, too.
So Hawkins is on at first base as we have 2 down, and Kobe Standard now batting for the Patriots. That one missing outside for ball 1.
Now batting for Mulvane, the catcher, number 10, Kobe Standard.
Here goes the base runner. The second base, Hawkins, as I predicted.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even.
And the count is 2 balls, no strikes. We'd like to say hi to Rocco Ardmini's parents, Artilio and Lori Ardmini. He has one older sister, Rafaela. We hope you're listening in. That one hit hard into left field. That may be in for a base hit. It is in for a base hit, and the run scores from Hawkins scores from second base. And a throw Standard out at second base. That run does score. So Standard will get credit with a base hit and an RBI. And now that takes the score to 16-12 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. So the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Patriots, they score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. So at the end of 8 innings of play, 16-12 is the score. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 9th inning. And we have a pinch hitter now in for the Newton Rebels. It will be number 23, Joey Martinez, will be coming in to pinch hit for the Rebels as he's taking Darius Gaston's spot here in the top half of the 9th inning.
Yeah, you hope to get something going for the top of the inning. So, and it's the best hitter you have on your bench right now.
Check swing by Martinez. Martinez comes in batting .333. He's appeared in 18 ball games, has been up to bat 54 times, has 18 hits, and scored 12 runs. Also has a total of 11 RBIs. There, one popped up by Martinez, so the count will go now to no balls and 2 strikes.
And I know Coach Clark wanted to give him a day off. You know, he's been feeling a little run down, kind of tired and everything. He's been playing every game, and so he decided to give him a day off. But he said, hey, be ready. You might be coming into the game, and here he is.
Martinez does have 2 home runs, and that hits him. So Martinez will be on at first base as a hit batsman. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 2, Jack Sigris. So Sigris coming up here in the top half of the 9th with the runner on at first base. The score is 16-12 in favor of the Mulvane Patriots. Last night, the Rebels needed 1 run to tie the ball game up in the 9th inning. And then there's a throw over to first base. Martinez in safely.
Yeah, Martinez got to be smart right now. He's he's important, but he's not real important. He can't get thrown out. Need runners.
So Jack Sigris, another throw over to first base, and Martinez in safely. As we have no outs here in the top half of the 9th inning. Throw over to first base once again, and Martinez making Peachin work.
You know, and like I said, if I'm a Rebel, hey, good. If he wants to worry about him, you know, he needs to worry about the hitter. Peach needs to worry about the hitter right here.
There's a fastball high around the eyes. So the count will go to 1 ball, no strikes now to Jack Sigris, second baseman for the Newton Rebels. As the Rebels are looking to get back in the ball game here in the 9th inning. That one missing high for ball 2. Sigris batting .343. As he has 23 hits, that's 67 at bat. A swing and a miss there by Sigris. He also has 9 RBI.
Yeah, that might have been ball 3. That was kind of up right there.
Count was 2 balls, no strikes, and Sigris was looking for that one pitch, and he got it, but just was not able to make contact. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And we'll throw over to first base once again. Martinez in safely.
Yeah, sometimes I don't understand the strategy. That's what I was saying, right now. I mean, Mulvane needs outs.
Parrish is getting a work at first base. There's the ball hit to the shortstop, and that may be a double play. It is. It is a 6-4-3 double play. Shortstop DeVille over to Hawkins and over to Parrish for the double play. Well, pitcher's friend.
Yep. Pitcher's best friend right there.
Best friend, exactly right. So we have a 6-4, 6-4-3 for 2 outs. It's going to bring up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane. That one missing high for ball 1. 1-0 now the count to Cassane. As we are 2 down here in the top half of the 9th inning. 16-12 is the score in favor of the Patriots. Break that ball high, fastball at the eyes, missing for ball 2. Well, that's something that we didn't need. And you know what? We had that last inning for the Newton Rebels. There's a swing and miss there by Cassane. And remember Brotman?
Yeah.
It was right there almost standing at the base, and the ball went right by him. But that was going to be a double play to get us out of that inning. And that one fouled off there by Cassane. So the count.
Yeah, no, I mean, there were some chances right there.
Yeah.
I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, just bad. I mean, that's bad luck right there. He had the line drive that Sigris usually throws it right there money, and he threw it high, and then next, what was right to him. And
then the next
bad bounce.
Ball hit to him, and it was 2 outs already, and took a bad bounce. That one fouled off.
Well, and you're going after 1 run instead of 4. Now, I mean, it's a completely different game. And believe me, man, the Rebels, they keep fighting and all this, but you can only do that so much, Frank. I mean, well,
they've fought back hard the last 2 nights, and you do got to give them credit for that.
No, yeah.
And the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss there by Cassane, and that is the ball game. With the final score, the Mulvane Patriots 16 and the Newton Rebels 12. Well, Mark, we're going to go through the lines here. For the Newton Rebels, they scored 12 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And for the Mulvane Patriots, they scored 16 runs on 17 hits and 1 error. So for the most part, it was a clean game, except for some things, some situations that happened. Once again, we'd like to remind you that the Newton Rebels will not be in action tomorrow night, as they will be going and taking a break, and then the Newton Rebels